Bum 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 bum, a clang lang lang, a ding along, ding along, blue, blue, blue.
Hold up the car, stop the traffic, get out the barricades. It's time for Mickey B's Jukebox Review.
Rock and roll is here to stay, he'll never let it die. Right here on the radio, that's the reason why. It's Mickey for you and he'll go down in history.
You're with Mickey B, and you're on the Jukebox Review. Hello, everybody. What a great day it is to rock and roll. Another Tuesday night from 8 to 9 o'clock right here on MadhouseTV.com. You catch the Mickey B Jukebox Review as we go back with some of the great memories of rock and roll history. And today, of course, my co-host, Mr. Paul Aranti, the history of rock and roll.
Yes, Mickey, you're going to
How
have a
you
lot of
doing?
fun tonight. A lot of
Looking good. You got a short haircut this week.
Yes, I
I
do.
can tell that. Yeah.
Like you, right?
Yeah, well, I'm losing my hair. You already lost
I
your
really
hair.
lost mine.
You're too young to lose your hair. But anyway, Paul, I want to tell you something. Tonight's a great night because,
Yes.
you know, usually we feature different groups that are here and
Different themes,
different
we do
kinds of
different
themes.
years
Yeah,
sometimes.
We talk about the years, the volume #1 of rock and roll music.
Right.
But today we thought about something called places, things, and, of course, times.
And memories, too.
And memories, yeah. So let's talk about a little bit of that. I mean, when you grew up where? Which area?
I grew up in Brooklyn.
You were in Brooklyn.
And
But you
even
were too
though-
young for this doo-wop and oldies music.
But I could tell you a lot of things were the same. Still went to the beach.
Uh-huh.
You know, they still played hopscotch and stoop ball.
Yeah.
So some of the memories are the same when you were a kid, you know.
The only difference I did is I played hopscotch with real scotch. But I don't really drink, Paul. You
I know,
I
no.
drink Diet Cokes. all my
Right,
life,
of course,
you
or
know.
iced tea, right? We
Or
drink,
iced tea,
right.
yeah, that iced tea is always good. But this is going to be very, very interesting because I want to start off with a kid that we got started on my radio show. You know, he's been on my stage at Patchwork Theater.
Many times.
Many times. And we got him started out there, I think he was about maybe 13 years old.
No, he was under
11?
that,
Was he
Mickey. He
11?
was about 11 years old
He's
when
about
he first
11
started.
years old
Yeah.
today. I think he's about 21 years old.
He is. He's a great kid.
He's great. He's like a Bobby Darin today.
I mean, the last show we had him on, he did stuff by Gene Pitney, Johnny Maestro, like you said,
Tremendous.
Bobby Darin.
Yeah.
Very different sound he's doing, but he's a terrific kid, Kyle, we're talking
So when he
about.
started off, he had that high voice lead sound
Right.
of Frankie Lyman.
And that type of sound, right?
Yes, and also of the students, and Little Butchie and the Saunders,
And the El
Butchie
Cords.
Saunders and the
El Cords.
yeah, and Little Butchie Saunders and the Buddies. That's what
Right.
they're called. at that time.
And Louis Lyman also, and the Schoolboys, all
Lyman
that
and all, yeah.
50s type sound
So when we talk about places or time, we could think about every day
of the week.
right?
Yes.
So what we're going to do right now is take a little look back in time.
Yeah, this about 8 years ago. This is one of the PBS tapings. This was Kid Kyle, backed up by the original students.
And that's marvelous, right?
Yes.
That'd be a great feeling for him
It
to
would.
do that. And, of course, later on, with some of the original teenagers.
Right,
on
he
stage,
did that too, yes.
Well, here he is. Watch this clip. Here's Kid Kyle.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Any old time in the day of the week, I wanna love just as long as it's for me. Any old love that will be true, and that'll love it might be you. A Sunday, a Monday, Tuesday to Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Tuesday to Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Oh,
Kid Kyle every day of the week, and you see him moving around that stage.
It was great, yeah.
Fancy footwork. You know, he's the closest I ever heard that
To
sounded
Leroy King,
to Leroy
yeah.
King from the students. There were a lot of great people that do it. A lot of girls do the high
Yes.
voice lead. A lot of guys did the high voice
did
lead.
it
He was the closest, I've
Closest to the
heard
original,
to
yep,
Leroy
lead
King.
sing, yes.
But how'd you like that background?
Great, the original students.
Just tremendous. What a great sound, huh? Every day
Of the week.
Yeah.
Which is, of course, the flip side of your favorite song.
Oh, I love it. I'm so young.
Right.
For the students. I have a girlfriend. I don't even know what did that, but it really became my
Right,
favorite
yeah, I
song.
know it did.
Because when the song first came out, I was never even listening to it at all.
Oh, really?
I heard it later on.
Okay.
You know, and I'm to enjoy it. You know how my songs rate? Something like that one, I'm So Young, and then That's My Desire by Deanna Belmonts.
which is
It's
great,
right
yeah.
up there. I love that
I
song.
know you do, yeah.
Probably number 3 and 4 come You Cheated, You Lied by the
Shields.
Shields, yeah. And there's so many other great songs on
course.
the list. What's yours, Paul? I mean, you're young, but you hear all these
I have
groups.
so
you-
many.
Huh?
One of my top favorites is Share by Frank Lyman and the Teenagers.
Share. Okay.
That's one of my top favorites. I also love the Kodak's Teenagers' Dream is another one of
Yeah,
my
that's a great one.
favorites.
Pearl McGinton.
I also love Crying in the Chapel by the Orioles is another one of my
Another
top
great
favorite
song.
songs.
Yeah. Just tremendous. You know, one of the groups that we're going to have in September
Yes.
is a group by the name of The Times.
From Philadelphia.
Yeah. Now, they did that song, So Much Love, As We Stroll Along
Which was their first
Together,
song, was the #1 record.
which really tells you about the place and things. But they had a follow-up that Johnny Mathis did
Yes.
called Wonderful, Wonderful.
which is
Yeah.
about the sea and walking along with your lady along the seashore. It's a good place, to go
I
and
love
have
that
some
song.
romantic
Yeah.
times. Now, George Williams was the original singer of the Times. Unfortunately, he passed away. But I've been told by the other guys,
Mm-hmm.
his influence with Johnny Mathis and Nat King Cole, those were his influences.
Yeah.
And that's evident in him singing a Johnny Mathis song.
There were so many people that wanted to emulate Nat King Cole. I mean, Lee Andrews from the Hearts.
Oh,
We talk about it all the time. Nat King Cole. They love Nat
that
King
was
Cole.
his idol.
So let's introduce this one.
Now
This
this is on the second Pittsburgh taping for PBS. This is 1999, and it's all the original Times singing together doing this. Because remember, George Williams lived in England for many, many years. The other three guys performed here in the States with another lead singer. So this was a big time reunion they did back in 2000 on PBS.
So let's do this. We're going to go back with people, places, things, and time with of
With the
course,
Times.
The Times.
Back to Philadelphia we go, where George Williams and the Times sing about the sea and the cool, salty air.
By the sea, and we breathe in the cool, salty air. You turn to me, a kiss in your eyes, and my heart feels a thrill beyond compare. Then your lips cling to mine. It's wonderful, wonderful, oh so wonderful, my love. Sometimes we stand on the top of a hill and we gaze at the earth and the sky. I turn to you and you melt in my arms. There we are, darling, only you and I. What a moment to share. It's wonderful, wonderful, oh so wonderful, my love. they wouldn't have much meaning without you. Some quiet evening I sat by your side, and we're lost in a world of our own. I feel the glow of your unspoken love. I'm aware of the treasures that I own. And I say to myself, it's wonderful, wonderful, oh, so wonderful, my love. And I say to myself, it's wonderful, wonderful, oh, so wonderful, my love.
We're back right here on the Mickey B Jukebox Review. I love that.
Wasn't that great?
Wonderful, wonderful. You know, when I first heard it, I thought Johnny Mathis was the guy doing the song, you know?
Of course, because George sounded pretty close to
I
him.
wonder why they came out with that sound, with the Mathis sound.
That was his influence.
That was the influence, and they came out with that.
And they had a third grade hit after that, Somewhere My Love.
Yeah, how does that go again? My love.
Yeah,
Right, something like
yes.
that? Yeah, I love that. Hey, you know, we got a great show coming up at the
Patchwork
Patchwork
Theater.
Theater. Let's see if we can get this little poster up, maybe up on the screen.
It is, Mickey. Look behind
Oh,
us.
it is there already?
Look at that.
Boy, look
It's
at
our
that.
show.
That is fast. Absolutely. Let's see. I'm not sure if we got it up on our screen. Is it up on the screen yet?
Yes, it
Yeah?
is.
Well, anyway, let me tell you a little bit about the show, Paul. Here it goes. The show is going to be on February the 7th, right?
Right.
February 7th, Saturday night, Patchwork Theater. And on the show, we're bringing in from California,
Yes.
Bobby Miranda
Miranda
and the Happenings. He's got a great voice.
He's great. And they had a lot of great songs.
Yeah, name some of those songs.
See You in September. Go Away Little Girl.
Right.
I Got Rhythm.
Yeah.
Mammy.
Yeah, produced by the Tokens, Jay
Right.
Siegel and the
BT
guys.
Puppy
Yeah.
Records, yep.
With them, we're going to be talking to him shortly. Walter
Yes.
Maddox from the
Marcel's
Marcells.
will come from
Hopefully he'll be
Pittsburgh.
calling us in. He'll be doing Blue Moon and Heartaches and Melancholy Baby and,
And
Goodbye My Love. I love that song.
My Love for You,
Yeah.
Little Black Magic.
Jarmels.
Yes, coming in from Richmond, Virginia.
And I love that song. A little bit of soul
And
will wash
And the other
away.
good song they made, Little Lonely One, too.
Little
They're
Lonely
going
One.
to do that on
G.O.
the show.
Gosh, O.G.
Right, yes.
The other one that the Jaguars made. I
Oh,
think
The Way You Look Tonight.
The Way You
La,
Look
La,
Tonight.
La, La, La,
They do it, yeah, it's on
Love
that. That's on
Yeah,
that album. Fantastic. Lenny Coconut Chimes. The Eternal's going to be there.
The
The Fireflies
Fireflies.
are coming in.
And
And
the reunion
Oh.
of Vito and the Salutations.
let me tell you something. I saw them the other day, and they sound marvelous. Reuniting back on our stage,
It's
Vito and
been
the Salutations.
In fact, Mickey, the last time they did a show was at the Patchwork Theater, I'd say maybe about 4 years ago.
about 4 years ago, and they were great.
And of course, you have Vito Balsamo, the original lead singer.
Mm-hmm.
You have Shelley Buchansky, the original second tenor.
Yes.
You have Rick Anthony, he's been with the group on and off since the 70s. And you have Emma Masonette and Billy O'Neill.
Yeah.
And
Great
they're a
talented
great bunch
guys.
of guys.
Yeah.
And they're going to do, they have some other really nice cover tunes they're going to do for the
And a
show
great
as
band
well.
behind them with
John Martelli, the
Martelli's
four
band
horns.
and the horn players and
It's
all.
going to be
I mean,
great. They're going to be
it
the
is
highlight
great.
of the show.
The professor is in there himself.
Yes.
The professor from the college, he's on there. He
I
plays
know.
bass and all. They're fantastic. You know what I want to do? Let's go back to the people, places, and times.
Right.
And things, right?
Now, this
You-
song is very representative of that.
Because,
Talking about the months of the year
that's right.
and the different things that
better,
could happen in the months
who
of
is
the year.
better to sing that than Neil Sedaka?
Neil Sedaka. Now, this is a great video. This is from 1961. This is a color Scopatone clip. Which when this song was played in the jukebox, the video would show along with the song playing.
So you're all set?
Yep.
Here's Neil Sedaka when he was young. He must have been about 17 years old
Yes.
when you first caught this one. Watch it.
I love my calendar girl. Yeah, sweet calendar girl. I love my calendar girl. Each and every day of the year. January, you start the year off fine. February, you're my little Valentine.
Neil Sedaka with about 4 different jacket changes. I think the red jacket he took from me. I used to wear that when I was a kid, when I was nice and trim with a 34-inch waistline. Today, my biceps are 34. You know that, right? Anyway, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a little break. When we come back, we've got some more great sounds of places, people, times, and all. And we're even going to catch up with Walter Maddox from the Marcells. Tell us a little bit about history. And, of course, they'll be joining us on February 7th at the Patchwork Theater. We're on MadhouseTV.com on Mickey B's Jukebox Review every Thursday night from 8 to 9. Hang in. Don't go away.
Tuesday night.
What night
He
did I
said
say?
Thursday night.
Well, what's the difference? Thursday, Tuesday? No, it's Tuesday night. We're right here. We'll be right back.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is me, DMC, in the place to be, the greatest MC in history. There will never be an MC greater than me. And right about now, the only place for you to be is with your one and only Madhouse TV.
You are the man.
We're going to do a live commercial. Hi, I'm Renee Marie. I'm the president of Language of Love Incorporated Foundation. I'm really happy to tell you that we're going to be doing a Language of Love telethon on March 29, 2015 from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Please look for the location on my website, ReneeMarieLanguageOfLove.org. And once again, it's ReneeMarieLanguageOfLove.org. And the show will be hosted on the Madhouse TV. It really is important for you to be aware of strokes and aphasia. Strokes is the 3rd leading cause of death in America and the 1st leading cause of disability. And it really is something that plays no favoritism. And it also really comes when you're not expecting. Nobody expects to have a stroke, and nobody expects to suffer from aphasia. And it really does make a huge impact in your life and change your life in one split second. So we look forward to having everyone join us once again on March 29, 2015 from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. And you can follow us on ReneeMarieLanguageOfLove.org. Once again, it's ReneeMarieLanguageOfLove.org. And we look forward to seeing you. God bless.
We're back on Mickey B's Jukebox Review, another Tuesday night, 8 to 9 p.m. And, of course, I got my historian himself, Mr. Paul Arante here. And, Paul, it's a great night, right?
It is a lot of fun tonight.
You talk about people, places, things, and times. And when you talk about that, you got to talk about the Marcells.
Yes, and you got to talk about this particular song that they do. It's actually not an original song. It's a special medley that Wolf put together. It's called High School Memories. And it's a medley of some of the most famous doo-wop songs of the 50s and 60s. And when they do this song, people go crazy over this medley.
Now, here's what we'd like everybody to do. Anybody watching that, it's got a girlfriend next to boyfriend next to whatever, and you want to dance, you could do it right now. You could dance while that TV's on. So what you do is you go cheek to cheek, so this way both of your eyes are facing the TV camera, and you can see the screen while you get nice and close, because all of these songs are great love songs. Here's, of course, the Marcells.
We call it High School Memories. See if there's anything in here you might like. You know, when I hear music like this playing, it takes me back to my old high school days. Remember the dances in the gymnasium? The boys on one side, the girls on the other, trying to figure out who's going to make the first move. But here I go. I'm walking across that floor, getting straight for the girl I've been eyeballing all night long. I get there, and I say, what's your name? Oh, Sue, what's your name? Do I stand up a chance with you? It's so hard to find a person I feel which one like you're for me. Ooh-wee, Just a fool, a little love with let you go in the still of the night. Kiss me each morning or hold me each evening at your side. Tell me you love me for real. If it don't work out, and if it don't work out, then you can tell me goodbye.
We're back here on Mickey B's Jukebox Review. Paulie,
Yes.
what a great clip. All of those great doo-wop hits.
And a nice medley that Walt
performed,
Maddox
yep,
put together.
for the Marcells.
Yes.
And they've been with us many times at Patchogue Theater, Eisenhower Park, and we invite them back again
Yes.
at Patchogue
They're
Theater.
that great.
And we have on the phone the man himself, Mr. Walt Maddox. How you doing, Walt?
Doing great, Mick.
Let me tell you something. This was a great, great clip. Paulie, where was it actually?
It was at
that-
Bethel Woods, up in Woodstock, New York, Walt. Where that came from.
Hey, Walter, what was the reason that, I know the Marcells have all, Blue Moon and Heartaches and Melancholy Baby and all those great songs, those up-tempo rockers, but why the medley of the doo-wop classic ballad sounds?
That was a suggestion of Richard Nader, and because we did so many up tunes, he said, you need to break your act up a little bit. Why don't you put a slow song in there? So I came up with the medley of slow songs.
Yeah, that's
But a
great.
great title, High School Memories, and it's a great title the way it's done.
Yeah. Hey, Walter, where were you born?
Actually, I was born in Pittsburgh.
Oh, you were?
And it was so true because in the dances back in those days, the guys they sat there, and the guys kind of huddled to themselves, and the girls kind of sat along the wall, and you almost dared for somebody to go over and they had somebody to dance.
Hey, Walter, the name the Marcells, I heard that actually came from a hairstyle. Is that true?
Right, French hairstyle.
A French hairstyle.
And later it was called processes.
Oh, okay.
So all of a sudden, I mean, this Marcel style was in Pittsburgh at the time?
Well, actually, again, it was a forerunner of processes, and we used to laugh and call it dyed, fried, and combed to the side.
So now, how did the original Marcells, who were the members of the original Marcells?
Dickie Canals, Gene Bricker, who's deceased,
Right.
Fred Johnson, Cornelius Harp, who is now deceased, and Bingo Monday.
And Bingo Monday. Those were the five. And they were on the song Blue Moon, right?
Right.
Paul, you got a question about the group itself?
And then, Walt, you came in right after Blue Moon.
Right, I came in 3 months after Blue Moon.
And you and who was the other gentleman that came in with you?
That was Alan Johnson, Fred Johnson's brother.
Right, and you were on everything after that. You were on all the other hits and all the other albums.
Right.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, nobody even knew the difference between Blue Moon and Heartache and all those sounds. I mean, they sounded the same to me, whoever was on the record.
Right.
But I'll tell you one thing that I loved every time I played it on radio. I always loved, and I still love it, Merry Twistmas, which is a song that I did with you guys. I mean, we were on the same show in Rhode Island on TV back in 1962. When I was there with I was in a group. We were on a buddy. I think it was it was Rhode Island. I don't remember the show, but you did Merry Twistmas that time, and we were Tico and the Triumphs doing some other songs with Paul Simon. So,
I do remember that.
Yeah, but what I loved about it was that you duplicate. If you listen, Walt, to Heartache's "Here We Go Again," or always "Watch Out," "Here We Go Again."
Yeah.
That same "Watch Out" that used in Merry Twistmas, it's the same voice. It sounded the same. And every time I heard that, it brought back a great memory back to Heartaches again, you know?
Yeah.
Who put Merry Twistmas together for you?
Well, actually, we were with the record company that had the movie company, Colpix, Columbia
Right.
Pictures.
Okay.
And so for that reason, we were able to get in the movie. And Stu Phillips kind of spearheaded that whole Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, and a Merry
Merry Twistmas.
Bop, 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 bop. I love that. And you did it also, you did it in the movie. I don't know which, it was an Alan Freed movie.
No, it was
Twist Around the Clock?
Twist Around the
Twist
Clock.
Around the Clock.
Right.
With Chubby Checker.
Chubby.
And Clay
Cole.
Cole.
And Vicki Lawrence.
Was
Not
Clay
Vicki
Cole on
Lawrence,
that?
What was her name?
Yeah.
But we flew out to California, and then it was for the first time I realized how tough the movie business was, because that little bit that we did, we were there for 4 days and it was shooting nonstop.
Wow.
Yeah, I tell you, I loved it. How was it to do the movie?
How was it to do the movie?
Yeah.
We had Nick Adams was on set just again. He was shooting another stage and he came over, but it was a lot of fun. The kids, nobody was familiar with the twist because that was on the West Coast and all the styles started on the East Coast.
Right.
So that they had to put out a cattle call and the kids had to learn how to do the twist. So everybody was down at our trailer learning how to do the twist. So that was like a real riot.
Wow,
that's great.
funny.
We got a great picture of you up on a screen there, Walt. And of course, we're talking to Walt Maddox of the Marcells and the history of that fabulous group, one of the top groups of rock and roll history.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah, and they went on to record so many different songs, and then you covered a lot of great versions. And
Yeah, For Your Precious Love, and Sweet Was the Wine, and Crazy Little Mama, and Over the Rainbow,
Yeah.
and
I love
When
that.
you get a chance, Mick, listen to Don't Turn Your Back on Me.
Don't turn your
That
back
should
on
have
me.
been a real charted record for us. And later, Stu Phillips admitted that they didn't do right by us because they put no money in back of us at all after, I think after Blue Moon was a hit, it was very little or no work. They felt like, okay, there should be, and then Heartaches came along and they did the same thing. But what they were noticing was each song was selling half of the one before, so that Heartache sold 500,000,
Yeah.
But when we reinvented ourselves, they gave us some great tunes, but they didn't do anything. They just released them, and it was too bad because Don't Turn Your Back on Me should have been a big one. And another one was, oh gosh,
Well, you
Give
remember
Me
it.
Back Your Love.
Okay.
Okay,
Now,
yeah.
did you do a lot of shows in outside of the country?
Pardon me?
Did you do a lot of shows outside of the country?
We got to do, well, Japan.
Wow.
We got to go to Aruba.
Mm-hmm.
And again, Canada, that was just
Right.
crossing the ridge.
And you're going to Canada in a couple of months, right?
Yeah, we're going back into Canada for Chatham College.
Oh, that's great. Well, the Marcells are a great group, and we're glad that you're going to be with us on February the 7th, Saturday night at Patchogue Theater, along with the happenings at See You in September, Go Away Little Girl, and I've Got Rhythm, and you'll be joining the John Mells are going to be there with a little bit of Soap, and Lenny Coconut Chimes, the Eternals,
The Fireflies.
the Fireflies, the reuniting of Vito Balsamo and the Salutations with Gloria and Unchained Melody, and of course, the Marcells. And when the Marcells come on stage, the whole room gets crazy.
That's right. Now, Walt, you know, like I was saying before, you still run the group, manage the group, you know, take care of all the music and all the tracks, but you don't get on stage anymore. And why is that?
You laugh until you see the group, and I say to people, they have too much energy for me. When I see the guys out on stage, I mean, it is a very difficult act to follow. And we just played Las Vegas at the Golden Nugget, and when we came off, Rick said, "Ben, how much was to follow that?"
Yeah, that's great. Hey, Walt, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for coming on the Madhouse TV with us tonight, and we'll only be singing in about 2.5 weeks from now at the Patchogue Theater. And for people to get some tickets, or give us a call for information on the show, you can dial 516-822-9612. That's 516-822-9612.
And the information can also be found on the Marcel's website as well.
That's good. Now, Walt, let's bring this in. You must have done this, or spoke to people on radio, TV, and all. It's got to be thousands of times since 1961, right?
Yeah,
61, with a song called Blue Moon. So let's do it again. How did somebody come to you and say, we're going to do Blue Moon in a different kind of way?
That was brought on as the result of, again, Stu Phillips didn't like the song that it came from, which was called Zoom.
Okay, which was done by the Collegians, right?
Right, okay. So he said, what other song can we do that it fits? And they picked two songs, Heart and Soul and Blue Moon. And Blue Moon was easier to make the transition than Heart and Soul. And so, as they say, the rest is history.
Did you know that song was going to be a hit as soon as you heard the bass line by Fred Johnson?
No, and you know, the older I get, when I listen to the recording, I just think that the recording techniques were just so far ahead of their times, because even for some guys that never recorded before, their voices just leap out in front of you.
They do.
And it's just incredible the way that they had voices that, that you could record.
You know what, the whole thing about that song was 3 different parts. The bass, the harmonies, and the fabulous voice of Guarnerius Harp.
Yep.
The whole sound of the whole thing was outrageous.
Well, and I understood it, the lead voices, because I kept asking, when can I sing lead, when can I sing lead? And it was more like egotistical. And for them, it was like Tony Williams was the voice of the Platters.
Right.
You know, with each group, you had a sound, and once you established that sound, the last thing you wanted to do was confuse the audience
Right.
with another sound.
Right.
And that's why when you even say mixes, the group sounded the same. That was a real effort to make the group sound like it did before, so they would have to resell the group.
Well, Walt, we want to thank you very much for being on with us this evening. We'll see you shortly, a couple of weeks now from Patchogue Theater. But we're going to leave you as we introduce
Blue
the
Moon.
#1 hit all over the entire world in 1961.
This is the group that put the bump and the bump, a bump.
Now, let's listen to it right now. Here's the Marcells.
Bum, 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 dang, 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 dang.
bump, 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 bump. Man, I'm getting that feeling, Paul. I'm getting ready.
Aren't they tremendous, though, Mickey?
They're great. You see the footwork on that, the choreography? I taught them everything they know.
I know.
Yeah. What we're going to do right now is take a little break. When we come back, we got more sounds of the great history of rock and roll, more about people, places, and things. When we come back a little bit later on, we'll talk to Ray Smith of the Jarmels. But hang in. Don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
Hi, I'm Tom Mealy from Madhouse TV, and when I'm not at the studio, I'm here at the Harrison Law Group. This is my real job. And this January 2015, Brett and I are putting together a show called Legal Straight Talk. It'll be aired on Cablevision as well as here at Madhouse TV. You need to tune in. This information that we're going to be giving the public is the real deal. It's all about what you should do, what you shouldn't do. So tune in this January 2015 for a new episode of Legal Straight Talk.
Is this reality? No, I don't feel okay. I need my kaleidoscope of colors to lead the way. I'm riding in my car and I'm coming on around the bend. It's a chase, this twisted race. I'll be on top again. I'm not gonna let you take me down. It's gonna be the whole 9 yards or nothing.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is me, GMC, in the place to be, the greatest MC in history. There will never be an MC greater than me. And right about now, the only place for you to be is with the one and only Madhouse TV.
You are the man.
We are back right here on Mickey B's Jukebox Review with the Prince of Rock and Roll. 247 pounds of lightning steel, 44-inch waistline and all. And my biceps are definitely shrinking these days. You know that, right, Paul?
Yeah, I know.
Paul, this show is great. I mean, I love it. You know, you talk about people, places, things, and all. What do you say about the Jive 5?
First of all, one of the greatest groups to come out of Brooklyn, New York, had a whole ton of hit records, as we very well know, from the 60s into the 70s into the 80s. But they had a song about time
Yes.
and the clock and, you know, counting down, getting ready to go on a date. That's what the song was all about.
And you know what it was? What's crazy about it? Eugene Pitt not only recorded What Time Is It, but he also recorded The Time with
Baby Washington.
With Baby Washington, yeah. So I think we may be ready for it right now.
We are
All
ready
set?
for it.
All
The
right, here it
Jive
is.
5 are there waiting in the wings, getting ready to go on stage.
Eugene Pitt, take it away.
What time is it? I've just got to know. What time is it? 3 more hours to Yeah.
Eugene Pitt and the Jive 5, and what time is it? And Paul, he sounds
He
magnificent.
does, still does.
Eugene has that voice, certain voice. I always tell those Eugene and Pitt Jive 5 stories.
You have a lot of
with
them.
Elvis
now.
sitting next to him
Right.
when Frank Sinatra was coming on the stage, and Frank had invited him down. And the one with Eddie Murphy,
Yeah.
because it was Eddie Murphy's godfather.
Right.
Eugene.
Been with Nickelodeon too. A whole
Yeah,
bunch of
Nickelodeon
stories.
too
We gotta
and
have
all.
him on one day.
But you know what? We got another guy on right now
We
that's
do.
got some history of rock and roll. They'll be joining us at the Patchogue Theater on February 7th, the Jarmels. And we have the original member, Mr. Ray Smith. Ray, are you on the line?
Yes, sir.
All right, Ray.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing well.
That's good. That's good. You getting excited for February 7th?
Can't wait till I get there.
I know you
gonna
can.
have a lot of fun. Paulie, I know you got a lot of questions for Ray.
Hey, Ray, was there any other groups that came from your area besides the Jarmels from Richmond?
Yes. We had a guy by the name of Baskerville. He came from Richmond and he
Oh,
sang
he was
with
Shep
Shep and the
and the
Limelight.
Limelight.
Charles Baskerville. Okay,
Yeah,
I didn't know
he came
that.
from there. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's
No.
interesting.
And
The Jarmels had that Drifters type sound.
yeah, with the strings behind us.
Right, and the
everything
cha-cha
else.
beat.
In fact, Benny King was the one that introduced us to Laurie Records.
Oh, he
Wow.
did. That's very
Yeah.
interesting. Tell me a little bit about this little bit of soap. When we first heard this, I said to myself, a little bit of soap? That sounds like the rubber ducky with President Kennedy. That little time, yeah. Where did somebody think about a little? I don't know, remember
Yeah,
anything.
who wrote the song?
Burt Burns.
Okay.
Oh, Burt Burns.
Same guy who wrote Twist and Shout and a lot of other records.
Oh, sure,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And he wrote about a little bit of soap. But once you get past that, we'll wash away the tears from your eyes. Is that what it was?
Yep.
That's what it says. That's
Yeah.
what it says.
Yeah,
We
yeah, yeah.
learned that song in the subway in New York.
Wow.
Now, did Burt Burns have a reason for writing that? Was there anything that inspired him at that time?
Not that I know of.
Or
Okay.
it just was an idea. They just took it and wrote a song about it.
You know, Paulie, because at one time we spoke to every day of the week, and I'm so young, Press Tires.
Press Tires,
Press
right.
Tires had these songs because there were stories behind them.
Mm-hmm.
So here's a guy like Ray Smith singing from the Jarmels about something that was written for them, but nobody knew the reason.
Right.
And then came out and went to number 5 in the country.
It's amazing. And you know what I also love, Mickey? The flip side of the little bit of soap, The Way You Look Tonight. Whose idea was it to do that song, Ray?
The record company, Gene Schwartz,
Okay.
was
Oh,
old
Laurie.
standard,
Right.
and they rearranged it and gave it to us.
It was a great
It would
arrangement.
have been a two-sided hit record, but someone else did The Way You Look Tonight during that same time.
Oh.
And it took off for them.
Your whole album was great. I love that G.O. Gosh and what were some of the
Right.
other
Little
songs?
Lonely One.
Little Lonely One, a great song.
In
Little
fact-
Lonely One was the first recording that we did.
Okay.
All right.
In fact, they're going to be doing that at the Patchogue Theater.
Yep. Now, Ray, if you
Yes.
had to say what was the feeling of the Jarmels musically, what created the Jarmels sound?
Good question.
Well, I would say that because of the voices that we had,
Mm-hmm.
the lead singer, Paul Burnett,
Mm-hmm.
the way he pronounced his words was a little different. It had that southern slang to it.
Right.
Mhm.
And it was real catchy, especially singing a little bit of soap.
Mm-hmm.
Because he used the way he said wash was wash.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Wash away.
Yeah. And that was the little catch to the whole tune.
Mm.
Well, Ray, were you born down there, or you came from another
Yeah.
area?
We were born and raised, all of us were born and raised in Richmond, Virginia.
And you're
But
still
you don't
there.
have the accent.
Try not to.
Try not to. Yeah, but it was great sound, and I love that. So I love the whole album by, of course, the Jarmels. Now, Ray, when you got started, I mean, were you a guy that came out of, I mean, the group itself, were your church going guys, or where did you meet?
Met at high school, Armstrong High School in Richmond, and 3 of us went to the same church.
Okay.
So that was it. So the church got involved, the high school was involved, and all of you were probably singing in the hallways.
That's exactly what we did, in the hallways and on the corners.
Wow.
Now, when you weren't singing Jamel's songs, whose songs were you singing?
We were singing the Platters, and it was a group out of Newport News.
The Five Keys.
5 Keys, that's it.
Couldn't do better than those
No,
guys.
Rudy West is the greatest.
They were fabulous.
We learned a song called C'est la vie.
Oh,
Yep.
wow, yeah.
Yep. Just want to
And
mention.
that was a difficult song for most quartets during that time. But we learned it and did it well.
I just want to mention we're on with Ray Smith from the Jarmels.
His
that'll be
picture is
joining us.
behind
Yeah.
us, by the way.
Yeah, they'll be joining with us in the Patchogue Theater, February the 7th. So if you want to get tickets, they'll be there with the Marcells and Lenny Coconut Chimes, Vito and his Salutations. The Happenings are coming in, the Eternals, and the list goes on and on.
Yes.
Who'd we miss?
Marcel's.
The Marcells. I thought I just said it before.
What a
But-
great history that we're getting from Ray Smith about the Jarmels. This is some
Yeah.
stuff.
Hey, Ray, as time is going on, what I wanted to do is bring you right on the stage, of course, with this song. Paulie, where was this filmed?
This was filmed at the Count Basie Theater in Red Bank, New Jersey.
Hey, Ray Smith,
Yes, sir.
thank you for being part of MickeyB Jukebox Review right here on Madhouse TV every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 o'clock. And we'll see you at the Patchogue Theater February 7th at 7 p.m. How's that?
All right, MickeyB, and we appreciate you bringing us to Patchogue, and we're excited about getting there.
Well, we're excited
Great.
about having you. We'll see you soon. We'll see you only in about
Two and a half
weeks. Okay, Ray?
Yes, sir. We'll be there.
All right, Ray.
All right.
Talk to you again soon.
Here's
All
a
right,
song.
thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay. Here's a song that goes number 5 in the country back there in 1961. Here's the Jarmels. Watch it.
Here it is. One we hope you will enjoy. Oh,
We're back here with Mickey B's Jukebox Review. Paulie, what a great sound by John Mells. I want to
Yes.
thank Ray Smith for
And
calling
Walter
in tonight.
Maddox from the Marcells
Yeah,
also
for calling
too.
in. Yeah, time goes by when you're having fun.
It sure does.
With all these persons, places, and
Things
things and
and
times.
times.
And until the next time, Paulie, and the next time for everybody else, we'll see you there February 7th at the Patchogue Theater. Here's something by Fred Paris and the Five Satins with all those memories
Of days gone by.
of days gone by. Until next time, so long, everybody.
All those memories remind me of you. Days gone by, filled with good times we knew. These are the songs that made them all come true. 60 candles in my heart will glow forever and ever. For I love you so. Earth angel, earth angel, will you be mine? My darling dear, love you all the time. I'm just a fool in love with only you. Can make this change in me. Oh, it's true. You are my destiny. When you hold my hand, I understand the magic that you do. You're my dream come true, my one and only. You're 1,000 miles away, but I still have your love to remember you by. Oh, my darling, dry your eyes. Daddy's coming home soon. Ooh, you don't remember me, but I remember you. 'Twas not so long ago, you broke my heart in two. Tears on my pillow, pain in my heart caused by you. Now I don't have hopes and dreams, and I don't have plans and schemes. I don't have anything. Since I don't have you. In the still of the night, I held you tight in the still of the night, in the still